right? So that's what, you know, traditional Netflix model was. So they took Blockbuster's model, broke it down, and said, instead of you having to drive to the store, I'm going to bring the entertainment. I'm going to bring the content to your doorstep, right? And as you do that, you know, one of the things they said was, well, instead of making me actually burn a disk and send it to your door, why don't I just send this information right to you, right? So they changed the whole business model of taking content for which the customer had to do a bunch of things, you know, had to walk through a bunch of hoops and get to the store to actually get the content, put it into their player. They actually said, forget the whole thing, right? We'll just send it to you over the internet, right? Now think about what kind of infrastructure, think about what kind of you know, back-end system, think about the kind of leap change in shift in business dynamics that this brought, right? Here's a company, what they started doing was, well, now that we know the kind of movies you like, we've got a whole bunch of movies. It was no longer, you know, sections of, you know, a few hundred videotapes. It was, you know, a lot more. So customers had trouble finding this information, you know, finding the right content. So Netflix said, well, we've seen what you watch, and we think you know what you like, so we're going to make some suggestions for you based on, you know, based on your viewing preferences, right? Then they took it to the next step, which is they said, well, I know what you like, but maybe you work with and you play with other people who are similar to you, who have similar interests to you. So, you know, needless to say, I'm Indian, so I watch a lot of Bollywood movies. I have friends who are Indians who also watch Bollywood movies. So guess what? I signed them up. They're also on Netflix. I signed them up, and Netflix says, well, your friend Raj watched this movie that came out, you know, 2 weeks ago. We think you'll be interested because, you know, not to stereotype Indians, you all are the same. So basically, they started, you know, giving me suggestions based on what my friends, and this is no, you know, this is not a radical concept. We've all seen this on Amazon.com. You know, viewers who, you know, people who bought this book also may like this other kind of book, right? But they took it to the next level. Then obviously, well, the mobile market exploded. Well, we've got to give all of this information and content on your mobile devices, right? Now, think about all the stuff that's happening behind the scenes, right? Netflix knows who I am, right? They know I have 2 kids at this point. They know one of them is a 6-year-old daughter, and the other is a 33-day-old son. Well, they don't know about the 33-day-old son yet. But they know about my, you know, the fact that I'm married. I have, you know, my grandparents, you know, my kids' grandparents. You know, they know that I'm Indian. They know a lot about me. They know about my friends as well. They know, you know, who's this guy connected to on a social basis. And they're running all of this information through their analytics engine. They're trying to figure out how can we get Praveen to watch more movies, right? That's their only goal. Their goal is, how can I get Praveen to watch more movies, more TV shows, and how can I get him to stay on my subscription model forever? Because the moment I don't find the content on Netflix interesting or relevant, guess what? I'm not going there. I'm going to go do something else. I'm going to go rent a DVD. Never again. But you know, that's the intent, right? Or I might go to a different competitor who does have the content that I'm looking for. So it's very important for Netflix to make sure that they understand my profile. They understand who I am, what I'm about. You know, Mike talked about context. They know exactly what my context is, what my circles of friends are. And then they take that information, they crunch it, and make sure they personalize the entire experience to my needs.